Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm your host, Carmen Harra. So happy to be with you tonight, every Tuesday night, actually, at 7 p.m. right here on OMTimes Radio. And tonight's show is all about you, like every show is about you, except that tonight marks 2 years since I've been hosting this lovely show. And I feel incredibly honored to be able to spend time with you, to my listener, and honored to be working with Christopher and everybody at OMTimes Radio. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to talk to you one-on-one, to hear your concerns, and to guide you to the best of my abilities towards real-world solutions. And I think that's what we need in the world today. We need solutions, real solutions. And tonight I said I'm going to take as many calls as possible, and I can answer all your questions. And I would love to share with you the most profound wisdoms that I've learned in this life to enhance your wellness and to increase your well-being and to help you thrive and to make you celebrate every second of your life. And in the other part of the show, I would love to give away some gifts. So my callers will receive a copy of my book, The Karma Queen's Guide to Relationship. And I also would love to give and pick up a caller to give a free session tonight because it's the anniversary. So there's nothing better than giving away gifts. But coming back to what's going on with us tonight, I understand that, and we all do understand that we go into some very disturbing times right now. It's like a week ago, we were having fun with Glennis, and we were not really thinking that we're going to get to this point, of being in this crisis at this extent. We're talking about coronavirus, about the economy crashing, issues with everything. The election is happening. It just feels like the world has been turned on its head all of a sudden. Now, I would love to expand on the topic of this crisis next week. So my next episode will even go deeper into what's going on in this world and what else can we expect to see happening in this 2020. It's interesting that there are 2 books that clearly talk about this event many years ago. One book called The Eye of Evil, published in 1981, describes precisely that this virus will come from a lab near Wuhan in China, and that was 40 years ago. And the author is just describing exactly what's going to happen and how bad it's going to be. And then Sylvia Brown, such an extraordinary, intuitive woman, such a psychic, we can't deny that. In her book, The End of Times, she clearly says that 2020 will have an epidemic of a virus that's going to affect the lungs, and a lot of people are going to die. So that was 20 years before this happening in her book, The End of Times. So people have visions. People have that intuitive mind telling them what's going to happen. Let's use our intuition and see how we're going to get out of this situation. But for now, I want to reassure you that whatever happens, we will get through it. And I know it's easy to talk and it's hard to go through the process. But we will come out stronger than ever because we had viruses, and guess what? A lot of viruses coming from China in the last number of years. And we will be more resilient and even have more divine strength. And that's the way I want all of you to think. There's always a reason in everything, in every bad situation. There is something. There is something good in the bad. There is something to make us reflect. Being a prisoner in your own home, you actually are forced to reflect upon who you are, upon your own self, the connection that exists with your inner self, and how can you participate, to help the world, and how disconnected we all have been from the nature, from Mother Earth, from where we were going. Then I really, really believe that at this point in time, we are learning something, and this is happening for a major reason. And also, there's a bigger reason into it that might have something to do with the life, the way it's set, the order of things, having to go through a major transformation. What we're learning right now is that our number one rule of life, the money that rules everything, seems to be falling apart. We might assist of a crash of a financial system. Very possible. So we'll expand this concept and this idea in a time in which the market is going completely under the water the way it has never been, never ever. First time since markets exist, we see something like this happening. But remember that we are stronger together. Yeah, probably you heard this before. But now it's time, to have compassion. Now it's time to have consideration. Probably you may have stuck up food, and water and everything for yourself because you're afraid that what's going to happen if you're not going to have what you need to survive. But keep in mind, there are people around you who they need those things too. So make sure you create good karma. You do an act of kindness. You do something good for your soul, and check on the people you love, especially the elder people who live alone, who have not enough money, who cannot help themselves. So offer help to those who have no one else. It's divine, it's sublime, and you will be definitely rewarded because there is a higher power, there's a higher force. There's always, something rewarding us at a higher level and in another dimension. So think this way. But I want you to use also logic and common sense, but above all, use your heart and make the right decision. And before anything, don't panic and don't be afraid. When we panic, when we become afraid, then all those hormones in the brain, they go out of control. The dopamine, the epinephrine, the norepinephrine, the adrenaline, they go to the roof, and you experience high blood pressure, palpitation. You won't be able to breathe well because the body gets out of homeostasis, the state of balance, when there's so much fear, just because all the neurotransmitters in the brain operate on the fight and flight mechanism, which makes you lose control over the reality. And this is something we cannot afford to do. So it's time to accept this reality. You may exist as one entity, but everything in this world is shared. We share things. We share everything. You go on Facebook and you share opinion. You share pictures. You share everything. So everything in life, it was not made for you or for me or for someone else, but it was made for all of us. Everything that exists out there is for all of us. So, as I said, we are into this together. So it's important that we should understand that. In fact that and the fact that coronavirus is so highly contagious from a person to person reminds us the fact that we are not 8 billion individuals or 9 billion living separate lives, that we are actually an entity. We are living organisms. And that's why, you know what I mean, this is transfer with the speed of light. And we are very influenced by each other. If you sit near somebody who is depressed, your neurons in the brain will receive that mental, how should I say, sense and activity of the other individual. So you will respond to that person's depression with depression. So it's important to understand how we respond to the problem of other people and how we react to another people being sick and especially the loved one going through a hard time. My understanding is not only that we are all in this together, but we need to wake up. This is a wake-up call. And treat our planet like a family member. Our planet has been abused. We need to stop thinking of the earth as some kind of never-ending source of food and fuel. Because the earth is our home. The earth is our mother. The earth is Gaia. The earth is an extension and part of us. It's the immediate family member. And the earth was meant to provide everything we need. But if you can only do so if it is healthy. We have to work to sustain this planet and the planet's well-being. And we will become unwell if we don't do that. And then the more we hurt the earth, the more we hurt ourselves. The more we will experience natural disaster like hurricane and earthquake and unprecedented diseases like the coronavirus because of the way we treat Mother Earth. And I remember, you know, if you read the Bible does talk about the danger coming to all of us from the yellow people, from China, from that part of the world. And it also talks in one chapter about Solomon, when he built his temple, he was contacted by God. God reached out to him and said, well, you have to prove your faith. You have to prove that, you know, you appreciate. You have to prove caring and forgiveness and love. Because you build this temple, you don't have to believe that you have the right to anything, you know, and just try to continue to pray and try to be humble and because if you're not doing that, I'm going to give you a disease. So it's like, I found this so fascinated that a chapter in the Bible with the Temple of Solomon in which God says, well, I'll give you a disease, you know, that will spread among your people. And the moment the people will start praying and ask for forgiveness and, be in touch with the divine and ask God for help, then I will bless your land and I will bless your temple and I will bless the people, you know, and you will feel abundance and health and joy again. So what are we learning? We're learning that it's good to be good, that it's good to be humble and to help each other so that we receive those blessings under every single circumstance of life. But as I said, tonight is my big celebration, and you know how much I enjoy, I would love to have a celebration every week. But I know there's so many of you with me tonight, and I'm going to go and start with, I know I have Rosemary, Jonathan, Helena, Andrea from Chicago. You guys hold on the line because I'll be with you in a minute. I'm actually going to go and talk to Rosemary from Canada. Hi, my Rosemary.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm trying to, digest and understand and accept and interpret and see beyond what's happening to all of us. How are you coping with this?
I'm doing okay. I think it took a while for it to hit me, the severity of it, but now I'm good. I'm good. Staying put. Trying to do a lot of things from the house.
As long as we don't make it sound like such a big tragedy, it's not going to be. Everything's a belief system.
Right.
If we believe this is going to hurt us so badly and we're all gonna die, then it's gonna be way worse. If we start to control it, our minds can control it, then we will be able to heal it very fast and get our life in order. The only thing I see, Rosemary, I do see the economy being very, very affected by this. I do believe we will all be okay. We will heal from this. But the only aspect, the economy, the financial chapter gets very, affected by this. So that's all I can tell you. I see unfolding in front of us. And probably that's going to be a good thing, because we might change a little bit the financial system to work for more people, just not for some of the wealthy people. So there might be some good component into it. So tell me, how can I help you personally tonight? And by the way, you're going to receive a copy of my book because you're my first caller. So my book, Karma Queen's Guide to Relationship, will be sent to you. So all I need is your email address so I can send it to you. So that's just a way to express gratitude for being, faithful and calling me and being my friend. So I appreciate that. So how can I help? Do you have like something specific you want to ask me?
I do. Mm-hmm. I have a health question, actually. I've had peripheral neuropathy the last 2 years, actually, constantly. So I'm just wondering if you know the root cause, like what could be possibly causing the neuropathy. It kind of came out of nowhere.
It is, it has something to do with, because I was talking at some point before, like 5 minutes before, that state of the body or homeostasis, when the level of your blood pressure, the level of all the hormones, everything in the body needs to be normal, and sometimes without realizing, something like the sugar spikes and we're not aware, the blood pressure might spike. The dopamine can go to the roof and make your heart rate to speed. So I feel that there's something within your body that spikes, creates a spike in the sugar level. And probably if you go and check your A1C, which is the way to determine in the blood what is your sugar level, that might be normal because you don't have diabetes. Am I right?
Correct. I do not have diabetes.
Yeah. So, but there can be spikes. I intuitively feel, and medically can be explained, if you have spikes in the bloodstream of something, it can be a spike of something is released. One of the hormones is released in your bloodstream, caused by. Have you been through trauma or something affecting you emotionally in the last 8 to 10 years?
Yes, trauma. Yes, my son had an accident. He was paralyzed. So
that's it. That is where the root of the problem is, and it manifested in spikes in your bloodstream. And I personally think there were spikes of sugar, though you in fact, if you check what A1C, that might be perfect, but the spikes might happen, and that lead to a damage of the nerves, the danger when that happens, some nerves can be affected, and I think that's what the problem is. And it is something that you're not thinking about, because if you are told I don't have diabetes, you should never think of something like that might actually happen. But many things happen to us as a result of a trauma. I also suspect that in your case, because I was mentioning dopamine, and I feel like in your case, your dopamine, which is one of the amino acids, which is a hormone, a neurotransmitter in the brain, is very elevated. Usually it's very common to people who go to a severe trauma. And it doesn't go down so easily, but there are things, and I will tell you what you can take to actually regulate that. First, I will recommend for you to do a neurotransmitter test that is very inexpensive. And if you need help with that, I can help you make it happen. It's a very simple test, inexpensive. Insurance is always paid for it. But I will highly recommend that, because that can explain why you got this and how can you stop it from getting worse. And how do you have any other symptoms like mood swings, sweating, constipation, and sometimes, how should I say, even your heart rate speeding? Do you have any of this?
Yes, I guess sweating and heart rate speeding.
That's it. That's definitely coming from the dopamine. And again, you don't know. And if you go to any doctor, they're not going to check your dopamine level because doctors don't really do that. They check, they have markers in the blood and they all do the same thing. They check your thyroid, they check your A1C, they check how, if you have enough iron in your blood. So they check certain things, but they're not going to check this, Actually, this doesn't really sometimes can be checked so precisely through the bloodstream. There's a different test that needs to be a specific test. I can tell you about it. And I'm 100% sure that that's a cause of something that we can regulate. And there is a medication, but that is a plant. I'm a firm believer that in this life we can only use the natural stuff and never go for anything that is, how should I say, artificial. So I would recommend something natural in your case. And I will tell you what that is. There's, if you want to take it, it's called Bacopa, and it's like $17. Sometimes you find it with $9 at Amazon. And it is something that control your brain, boost your memory, and works on your trauma at the subconscious level and creates that balanced level in the hormones in the brain. And L-theanine, 200 milligrams. These two things will stop any progression of your neuropathy, will stop it completely, and might even reverse it, because everything comes from the brain. If people think it's not true, actually it's way more true than we acknowledge. And sometimes it comes in the gut, but I don't think in your case, I think it's from the trauma. It has a lot to do with your brain mechanism. So I recommend this too. They're extremely inexpensive. They will probably cost you $18, $20. The benefits, read the thousands and thousands of reviews at Amazon with people that can say they feel phenomenally well after 1 week of taking something like this. If you want to check first, I'll tell you where to do this test, okay, my love? So feel free to call me and I will give you all the information. Thank you so much for calling me. I'm going to take a break. I love you. And I'm going to go to Jonathan. So guys, hold on the line. The line will take a short break. Thank you.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hello, everybody, and I'm back. And tonight is my 2 years anniversary, and you know how happy this makes me because I'm so honored to work with people at OMTimes and to work with you, all of you calling me. I'm grateful for your time, for the opportunity, for the fact that you're calling the show and you're listening to the show. That's just making me almost cry. So I'm very, very, very grateful. And I'm going to go back to the calls, and I'm going to talk to Jonathan, and then I'm going to take Adriana from New York, and then Andrea from Chicago, and then Helena. So you guys hold on the line. I'll be able to talk to all of you. Hi, dear Jonathan. How are you, my dear?
Good, great. You know, it's actually I was on the phone with you a year ago on your second anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, that's the way I remembered it. I want
Okay.
to ask you this: is that I have a trip. This is the first question. Coming up on the 27th of May to California, and there's all this talk about the coronavirus canceling and everything. Do you see that trip happening, or do you see it being delayed?
I do think things being delayed. I hate to say that. I do see things being delayed probably till the end of May, and there might be another delay. And I think delays are very necessary right now because we will be safer.
The trip is at the end of May. It's actually May 27th.
If it's by the end of May, that might happen. Everything that has to do with the 27, 29 of May, by that time, will work. By that time. As of now, nobody knows. Nobody's going to tell you exactly. Nobody can confirm anything because they've canceled absolutely everything. So realistically, intuitively, I see only by the end of May that you'll be able to do that. And if that still gets delayed, you will be able to do it a little bit later. But it's going to happen for you.
So what you're saying is you do see it happening right now because it's at the end of May. It's the 27th. I'm there.
If it's that time, I think by then things will start to go back to normality. Now, I see that we're going to get out of it in a matter of 6-7 weeks. So that by the end of May, you should be absolutely fine.
Now, my question to you is, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I have a podcast myself, and I was wanting to interview you.
Yeah, I'll gladly. We just have to find the time.
But I
don't know how.
Is there a number I can call you at, or?
You have to call to reach my assistant, Sarah Rosen, 888@yahoo.com. So try to reach her. And she can put this on us at yahoo.com. Sarah Rosen.
Sarah Rosen.
At 888@yahoo.com. Yeah. So reach my assistant, send her an email, and she will put it on
Rosen.
888. Yeah.
ROZEN.
Yes. At yahoo.com, and send her an email, and she will let me know. She'll put it on a schedule because sometimes she's the one organizing my schedule. So, Jonathan, be safe. I wish you all the success in the world with everything that you do, and God bless you. And again, thank you so much for calling me. And I would love to send you a copy of my book. So when you send the email, mention where you want this copy to be sent. Okay?
Thank
you, Jonathan. Appreciate it a lot, your call. Thank you. And I'm going to go to Adriana in New Jersey. Hi, lovely Adriana. How are you?
Hi, Carmen. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So how's New Jersey?
We are we're staying in house. We have a curfew from 8 to 5.
Okay.
So we're not going nuts yet, but who knows?
Okay, but are you okay? You handle it. You have to be, when people stay in their homes, sometimes they develop anxiety and panic disorders because we are such social people. We'd like to socialize. That's why all this social media thing, because we love going out, celebrating, going to a restaurant, having fun, singing, going to concerts. This is the way we are meant to express ourselves. And all of a sudden, to feel like we're in a prison of our own home, the first thing that we have a problem with is mental and emotional. But if you start thinking like, no, I take this like an opportunity to meditate, to go inward, to listen to the voice of my mind, to listen to my needs, to start caring about me, to get rid of all the outside influences. Because so many times we want to meditate, but we never have time. So many times we want to work on ourselves, but we are so bombarded with the external stuff of the outside world that we never have time for us. This is an opportunity to have time for you. And you, Adriana, you're such a creative person. You have such a strong message, to give to others. So I really, really believe that you will be able to benefit from staying at home. And I also feel like you're not worried about that. You're in control. You might enjoy that and just work on your own ideas and expand them and spend time with you and have fun in spending time with yourself. Do you have specific questions for me?
Doing.
Right. Do you have anything specific to ask me? Anything?
I think it's mostly how my parents are going to go for this, because they are back.
You're not going to believe, I really think your parents are doing better than many other people, probably even better. I feel like where your parents are, I don't feel any kind of a danger. I do feel like they are worried because they're older people, but very soon, they will start to see that this can be controlled and they will not be affected in any way. So just please don't worry about them.
Okay, one more question and I'm done. Are we going to cancel the US Open this year?
That is in May?
No, it's going to start officially in August, like towards the end of August. But
if it's end of August, that is not going to be canceled. Everything that goes to the summer might be canceled. After that, no. So if this US Open happens in August, that will take place.
Okay.
So the sort of the problem is now, and is more intense now, probably for the next 1 or 2 weeks. Then we start controlling it, and in my vision, in 6 weeks up to 2 months from now, everything is going to go back to normality, and we will be perfectly fine. But the only aspect of our reality that will have to suffer will be the financial aspect, the so-called, where we're going to see like a crash of this market, like things there will take a long time to get fixed and repaired. That is the only aspect that I see really suffering greatly. So we're going to get to a very severe depression. But that's probably also necessary, because the whole concept of money, which is made, will have to be redefined. Sometimes when something falls apart, we have to create something new. So there definitely has to be a reason into all of this. Yeah. But we will survive this better than we think, and your parents are going to be fine, and you will go to US Open. And I love you so much, and I want to send you my book if you don't have it. And I also will give you a free session for my anniversary gift.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for calling me, Adriana. I love you. And I'm going to go to Andrea from Chicago. Hi, Andrea.
Carmen, congratulations on your show. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just so wonderful to hear your voice.
Yeah,
how are
you too. Well, I'm maybe sounding better than I am, or maybe I am, and I'm just rolling. I don't know.
You can't afford to say you're not okay. You always have to say that you are. And then you have your own challenges, and we all go to adversities, but we overcome them, and we can get stronger. I always admire people who go through a hard time and they emerge more beautiful, more powerful, more in control. You know what I mean? Like you become immune to all of this, you know? Like you develop antibodies to the nightmares of the world, you know, to situation like this. You become immune. It's not going to affect you anymore. So in a metaphoric way, a way of saying, do you have anything specific that you are concerned or I can offer you assistance with?
Yeah, so everything in Chicago is closing. And they're doing it slowly and strategically so people have okay, you have 24 hours and the stores will be closed. You have 24 hours, then the restaurants will close. You have 24 hours, then the hotels will close. So I'm in the living situation that we had talked about, and I'm still there. And I got really, really sick, and I kind of, on top of being sick, almost thinking I had the C word, which I won't even say. And so I got through that. But then now I've been scrambling, and I still haven't also solved I haven't solved the living thing and the financial thing. So it's been very, very, very stressful. So now I'm okay, I've got 24
building. I see you living in a new environment in one bedroom apartment, somewhere on a 6th floor where you have a balcony and the apartment is near a park because I see some trees and it's very quiet, very neat, very very nice, like almost like a modern type of place. It's not an old building, it's a relatively new building. I do see a big initial with V, somebody with that initial being very helpful, you know, in sort of finding you this for you. So there is somebody helping you. I think there is a woman helping you. Your life will turn around. Your life will change. You've been through a lot, but the hard time is gone. And actually, believe it or not, the fact that things are closing and things are going in to be redefined and restructured, in your particular case, is for your own good. So you are one of those people who benefits, but it's happening in the world, you know? Because when something like this happens, we acknowledge that it doesn't matter that somebody has 10 billion, or it doesn't matter somebody has no money. We're in together, you know, and we're in the same boat. And the whole financial crisis will affect absolutely everybody. Will make people lose who has billions. And so, in other words, we'll become more equal. We'll create some kind of balance in the world, because the world was completely out of balance. There were some people who controlled the wealth of the world when the majority of the world was struggling. And you are one of those hundreds of millions of people, if not billions of people, billions of people struggling with survival. You know, but that when there's this restitution, when this way of redefining the concept of man-made money, you know, your life will change for better in an incredible way. So I don't see you struggling anymore as of the fall of this year, the summer of this year. So this turnaround of events will be pretty remarkable in your case. So just keep me posted. You know, you can call the show anytime. All right, my dear. I appreciate you, and thank you for being...
I mean, the question I did have, though, is I really want to know, should I contact this guy that I like?
Yes, please do. I need to go to a break. Adrienne, I send you love. I'll send you my book. Send me an email with your address. And you guys, I'll be back in a minute. Hold on the line. I love you more.
Thank you.
I love you more.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
I'm Kathy Williams, host of Sexy Mom Abundant Life radio show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. On the show, we explore living abundantly in every area of your life. Ways to let go of limiting patterns and beliefs and to step into the flow of creativity and possibility, knowing you are supported by the universe.
I am Fidel Nshombo. I was born in a city called Bukavu in the Congo. We were a loving family, and then, boom, everything that I had disappeared in a single day. People think that when you are a refugee and they resettle you to America, and all your problems are done. They don't understand that that's the beginning of everything. I was not born a refugee. I was made one.
It's time we welcome refugee families with open arms. Learn more at embracerefugees.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
And I'm back. So I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart that I want you to relax, to take this as an opportunity to introspect what matters most in life. Take time to take care of you. Don't be afraid. Don't panic. Look it like a divine intervention, like this is given to us for a specific reason, a reason to heal on our own, a time to distress, a time to take care of you, a time to listen to read books, to listen to music in the comfort of your own home without anybody bothering you. Celebrate, a moment like this, because you've been so overwhelmed and so influenced by the outside world. Now you're in your own world and you can really celebrate. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This will go away sooner than you think. And it's not going to be as dramatic as some people think it is. Actually, I heard that coronavirus has two components, has an L and an S deviation from the virus. And one is really severe because it goes straight into the lungs. And one is really superficial. Majority of the people that got that L one, they recover very quickly and they feel it like superficial flu. Unfortunately, the other one goes straight into the creating the fibrosis of the lungs, and that's where you actually die because they have no idea how to treat that. What I've heard, and I want you guys to remember this, just for the people that you can spread the news to the people who have it, there is a medication created for malaria in 1883 that seems to be studies, clinical studies. That medication created for malaria so many years ago is actually the one that can really cure the disease. Is pretty remarkable. But I want you to know that the most important thing is don't let fear kill your soul and your spirit, and to see beyond this. It's very important to be your own visionary and see beyond this. I'm going to go straight to my next caller, and I'm going to talk to Valerie in California. Hi, my dear Valerie.
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. You, how you are dealing with this? How are you dealing?
This too shall pass.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like the calmer we are, the more relaxed, the less afraid, the more we try to do good for ourselves, and you know what I mean, and reflect that in the outside world, one person at a time. Collectively, we will heal this faster than we think, We survived. Humanity has survived so many viruses, wars. Humanity survived things way worse than this, and we will survive this. Let's not make it seem worse than it actually is, and let's find something to cure it. Let's find ways of healing it, because we will be able to do it. No question about it. And I really think that in the next 2-3 months, everything is going to be back to normality, except the money situation. But how can I help you tonight? What is your question to me?
Yes, Carmen. I'd like to see if you see a relationship coming in for me and when.
I see a relationship coming to you sometime during the end of the summer, end of the year. Like this year, 2020, seems, in my understanding, to be the year for you to make something good happen. I think you've been waiting for quite a long time for this to happen. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't know if this has been 5 years, 9 years, how many years of struggling to be with somebody.
Oh yeah, a lot of years. Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly how I sense when I think of you. I says, wow, you've been through a lot of isolation and it looks like you got used to yourself, and probably in a way you got used to being on your own, because we adjust to situation and you had no other choice. But this is coming to an end because you finally feel more open, feel more ready, feel more eager to make it, to allow it, to invite somebody in. And I see you with somebody who I believe is a little bit younger than you, probably some months or 2 years younger, not really an age difference, but somebody who's very vibrant, somebody who's making a lot of trips around, like traveling for business or something like this. And I feel somebody who's very fit, very energized, great companion, wonderful soul, great respect for his mother. That's gonna touch your heart when you're gonna see, when you see a man who honors his mother, that is really a good husband. So, but anyhow, I tell you, you will not be alone anymore. This is ending here,
Oh, good. Okay.
So I want you to know that this year will change everything in your life when it comes to your private life, when it comes to your love life,
What about work?
Work, I also see a change, but they might take a bit of time. Don't rush into that change. Hang in there because the situation is very turbulent right now for how should I say, making a major turnaround right now. But I absolutely believe that you will have a new place to work. And I should say somewhere by the end of the summer. So, just hold on a little bit to the change in work, but it's definitely going to happen sometimes things work hand in hand, like both of these two things in your life will happen at once.
Oh, well, that would be lovely.
Right. Okay, my love. So I am glad that we're able to talk, and I wish you all the best, and keep me posted and call me anytime you want, okay?
And how do we get a hold of your book that you're...
So I'll send it to you if you send just an email, Valerie. Everybody listening who were on my show today, you receive a copy of the book. So Valerie, just send me an email at Carmen Harra, my name, CarmenHarra @AOL.com with the information that I need, and then you will receive the book.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you.
Okay, my love. All the best to you, and thank you so much for calling in. And I'm going to go right now, I think, to Cornelia in Canada. Hi, my lovely Cornelia. How are you?
Hello, Carmen. Good evening. I'm so lucky that you had me, and I wanted to tell you congratulations for your show.
Thank you.
And we are so blessed having you over there.
Oh, you're so sweet, Cornelia. I love you. So how is everything
I love you,
in Canada,
Carmen.
Cornelia? You're okay in Canada down there? Everything is good?
Everything's closing here. The borders he closes the borders, and the stores.
It's a necessary thing, yeah. But don't panic.
I know. I understand that, and probably that's why my job is a little bit late too. And I wanted to call you to see first about when, if you can tell me if my family is gonna pass through safe because of this craziness.
Everybody's gonna be fine. I don't feel anybody in your family or around you, the people that you close, will have it or will have to suffer from it. That's not gonna happen. So you will be fine, and everybody around you will be fine. The delays will happen probably for everybody when it comes to their job, to their you know what I mean, changes that they request. It's not a time to change right now. It's a time to reflect, you know, and go inward and accept and introspect and get out of it way more joyful and way more powerful. So, in other words, Cornelia, relax for your own good and take care of you, you know. Be in the comfort of your
Yes, I'm trying to not panic. I just wanted to see if everybody's okay.
Everybody's going to be okay and no reason to panic. No.
And Carmen, just that thing, if you can give me something more specific about the job.
The job, so that's why when I think that you have to wait with the job, and you will work with a lady, somebody will offer you. I don't think you have the job yet, in my opinion. I think the job might come in somewhat 2 months and something from now, working with somebody who will offer you, will even actually ask you for the, you know, to participate, you know what I mean, to be part of her business, like it's somebody who opens a business. It's like something new, something that just starts, but that's going to give you a chance to expand. So it's going to be an extraordinary opportunity that it's a new business. So I'll give you
I already know this lady, Carmen.
It's a woman who has a name like with an E, like Elena, Elizabeth, something with an E name. Very strong initial. Is a woman with short hair to the shoulder, lighter hair. I think she colors her hair. She's a very pretty face, big lips, always very put together. Is somebody that if you don't know, she comes introduced to you through the people that you know. So let's talk again about this probably in the next 2-3 weeks from now, and you will know much more about it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carmen, and I wish you to all the best and be safe in this time. And thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go right now to talk to Margot, my beautiful friend Margot. How are you, Margot?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Christoph. Hello.
Can you hear me, Margot?
Yes, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, my love? You safe? Everything is good?
Well, everybody feels like we're in prison.
I know. But that's the whole thing. Not to feel like you're in prison. To feel like you have time to discover you. You have time to heal yourself. You have time to...
Honey, I know who I am. I don't have to discover anymore.
For sure. Well, a lot of people need to discover, you know, starting with
okay,
this
yeah, but it's not me.
They need to
it's
discover
not me.
who they are. You know, I know, but I'm saying, generally speaking, you always can inward and nourish yourself and take care of your soul and just relax. Just relax and put everything on a side and evaluate. You know, you reevaluate and you see what matters. You know, in life we need sometime all of us to wake up collectively. This is the collective mind of the planet that is told, okay, pay attention. You know, probably you did something wrong. What it is that you need to correct.
Okay, I want to ask you something, okay?
Yes, I'm listening.
All right.
What is the question?
I have a lawyer in L.A. I'm supposed to be in L.A., but I can't fly.
Okay.
Because I can't get a gas mask. They're sold out of them. Otherwise, I won't get on a plane.
Right. No, don't go on any plane right now.
I'm not going. Please. The question is, I want to talk about the lawyer. For some reason, I'm not trusting him.
Why?
I'm not trusting him anymore. This case has been going on for 13 months.
Okay.
It's a winning case, and I don't know if he's delaying my money, if he's telling the truth. It's hard for me to trust him.
You can trust him, but there is a way to control what he does, and there is a way to be on top of him through someone else. I see that you will get either a younger attorney or another legal person involved, because you can't leave things in the hands of this person, you know.
So I should also get someone else involved in the case?
Yes. Get someone else who will go on top of him and will control him, that he's not going to be able to, at the end of the day, he won't be able to do anything wrong to you. He might plan because he thinks that you're vulnerable, he can fool you, he's not
Well,
an
he can, honey.
man.
I'm 3,000 miles away. I'm on Cape Cod.
Okay, but
in Massachusetts.
Still, if you find somebody to control him, he won't be able to do anything wrong, you know?
So I should definitely get another lawyer to get in touch with him.
Man younger, actually, who will sort of participate in helping you here. I'm 100% sure this is really going to happen. So don't be worried, you know, because this is going to
I'm worried, honey, because I'm 3,000 miles away.
No,
if I was there.
And worrying is not helping you anyhow. So start not to worry and take action. So take action, find someone else. If the moment you decide to find someone else, that person, you know what I mean, will go ahead and you know what I mean, just deliver for you. And it doesn't matter where this man is. He can be on the moon. He will have to make it clear to the other person, because otherwise he's going to get in trouble, and you won't want to.
No, I have another lawyer in New York, in Los Angeles that I can call.
Perfect. Do it. I have to go to the end of the show, so everybody, I am so grateful for calling me, and I know that some people of you I was not able to talk tonight, and I'm willing to send you my last book to everybody else, and Helena, Lelani, and I don't know what else it is. We'll talk to you next week. I'm Carmen Harra. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for calling the show. Thank you for listening. And God bless all of you. And stay safe. And stay within your home. And things will change very soon.